In this edition of RPP News, the Great Wall is set to rise, a cold case reopens, and
devastating scenes in Mornington on Friday evening.
Hello, I'm Catie Sharp. Welcome to the latest edition of RPP News, bringing stories from across Frankston and the Mornington Peninsula. A fire has devastated a new restaurant on Main Street Mornington. The blaze broke out on Friday night at the newly opened Cult Dining restaurant. The restaurant, run by the successful Mornington-raised chef Matt Fallon, used a slogan of fire and funk as dishes were cooked over an open flame. There have been reports that up to 14 fire trucks attended the blaze from as far away as Dandenong. The restaurant is situated above Miller's Bread Cantina, which had recently undergone a refurbishment. Both businesses and the lower end of Main Street remain closed as investigations continue. The development dubbed the Great Wall of Frankston is a step closer to reality. This week, the Planning Minister and Frankston Local, Sonia Kilkenny, authorised Frankston City Council to go to public consultation on their Frankston Metropolitan Activity Centre structure plan. She has ended the temporary ban on buildings over 3 stories, giving developers the green light to progress with projects up to 12 stories high. The decision is expected to cause a divide between community keen to develop Frankston City Centre and those concerned with overdevelopment. Mayor Nathan Conroy welcomed the decision, calling it a landmark moment for the city he dubbed the capital of the South East. Mornington police are using modern technology and forensics to unravel a 57-year-old mystery. On February the 25th in 1966, a woman's body was found floating in waters off Sorrento Back Beach. Who the woman was or where she came from is not known to this day. She is described as being between 65 and 70 years old, around 164 centimetres tall, and of slight build. She had grey hair, no teeth, and brown eyes with a blue periphery in her iris. No personal belongings were found. This week, police reopened the case and released a digitally generated image of the woman in the hope that someone may be able to provide information regarding her identity. Detectives also released an image of another woman who may be linked to the case. The photo was found in the original police file. It was taken in Italy and dated the 10th of April 1961. Anyone with information is urged to contact Crime Stoppers. The Victorian Electoral Commission review of Mornington Peninsula Shire's electoral structure has begun. Over the next month, the review will consider the appropriate number of councillors and wards for the council, as well as ward boundary locations and ward names. Mornington Peninsula Shire Council may fall into the single-member ward structure, which will impact its 3 multi-councillor wards. The review is due to be completed by November the 15th. Back in July, Councillor Antonella Celli told fellow councillors she had reservations about the process.
In the previous Local Government Acts of 89, it provided electoral representative reviews to be undertaken by the VEC in any manner that the VEC considered appropriate. So they've actually been totally displaced completely out of this process. And it's right, it's not democratic. There are other words that we could use to describe these kind of political actions, but I might get censured or banned or put on a blacklist or something if I was actually to name it. So we better keep it nameless, but we all know what we're talking about.
Peninsula Scholes is returning to Rye Foreshore for 2023. Hosted by Mornington Peninsula Shire, the week-long Scholes Hub will run from Saturday the 25th of November to Friday the 1st of December, giving the school leavers a dedicated area in which to shake off the pressures of their final school year. Each night will feature a different lineup of local DJs and party themes. Support teams, including youth services and Red Frog volunteers, will be on hand to ensure revellers can celebrate and stay safe. Tickets cost just $50 for a week-long pass. The CFA has asked Victorians to take extreme care when burning off following 115 out-of-control burn-offs across the state last month. They have reminded residents to take extra precautions over the coming weeks as weather conditions become warmer and drier with challenging gusty winds. The recent out-of-control private burn-offs caused some of the fires in East Gippsland and Baringa. And there'll be more than a little blarney in Frankston this coming Wednesday when Chinook Rua's Great Irish Songbook arrives at the Frankston Arts Centre. Interwoven with tales of Irish traditions and histories, audiences will enjoy a celebration of Celtic music with songs ranging from Planxty to Van Morrison and the Dubliners. Tickets for the show, which is on Wednesday the 1st, are available at the Frankston Arts Centre box office and website. After the break, we have Bianca with the coming week's weather report.
Battery World now open in Mornington.
We know batteries. We know our 75 D23Ls from our DIN 65 LHs. And we know which is best for you. We have the range and a spark no one else can match, because we live and breathe batteries. Those beautiful boxes and cylinders that power our lives and our passions. That's why we're the batteryologists. We're Battery World.
Battery World Shop 1, 43 Mornington Tire Road, Mornington.
With interest rates on the rise, there's never been a better time to review your home loan. And there's never been a better bank to help you. Whether you're a new or existing Bendigo Bank customer, book an appointment for a home loan health check today.
Established in 1988, Progress Signs has been servicing the local community for 30 years. Located on the Mornington Peninsula, they are the #1 destination for all your signage needs, specialising in a variety of signage from vehicles to shop fronts, occasional and corporate events, short-term, long-term and everything in between. If it's signs you need, be it large or small, Progress Signs is the place to call. Available 24/7 at progress-signs.com.au or call the team on 5975 9188. Thinking signs? Think Progress Signs. A station sponsor.
Welcome back. We go now to Bianca for this week's weather.
Hello, I'm Bianca and welcome to this week's RPP weather update. While the weather over the last few days have been sunny and warm, hopefully this week we'll see more of these wonderful conditions. Let's dive in and take a look. Today, Sunday the 29th of October, should bring us a mostly warm day. We are looking at a low of 8 and a high of 21. Monday brings us a very cloudy day with some rain. We should feel a low of 10 and a high of 19. Tuesday sees the rain continuing, giving us yet another mostly cloudy, wet day. We can expect a low of 7 and a high of 16. Wednesday sees an overcast day with a low of 9 and a high of 17. Thursday also brings us clouds. We should see a low of 9 and a high of 17. Friday brings us a break from the rain, bringing us a warmer day where we will feel a low of 8 and a high of 17. And finally, Saturday sees another cloudy day with a sunny periods with a low of 10 and a high of 18. Well, that's all for this week. Try to enjoy the sun while you can and watch out for those early week showers. Take care, and I will see you again next week for another RPP weather update.
And now to our surf guru, Muzz, with this week's surf report.
Hey, it's Mars and I'm back with this week's Peninsula Surf Report. We're back to winter yet again, so it's a weekly occurrence. We get a couple of good days, a couple of bad days. A few waves this week. Wednesday, we got a bit of swell and the wind was surprisingly west-northwest for half the day, but the swell had an extreme west in it, so it wasn't quite as solid as originally thought, and then it swung around a bit in the afternoon, but so did the southwesterly. Next couple of days look a little ordinary, but Saturday the wind's going to go back around to the northeast, and same with Sunday and into Monday, but unfortunately the swell's going to go with it too, so it looks like we're going to be back on the beaches like midway through this past week, where it's only going to be sort of 1 to 2, maybe 3 feet on the beaches at best. But it does look like there'll be waves, so Saturday, Sunday into Monday, then we'll get another change, but the wind could be more the westerly direction until midway through next week, when it'll go back to that southeast southerly thing. Doesn't look like there's a lot of swell on the horizon, but you should get a couple of days surf over the weekend. Don't forget, it's the vintage day at Point Leo this Sunday, starting at 10 o'clock. Money goes towards the disabled surfing Mornington Peninsula. Always a fun event held down there at the just near Suicide Point at Point Leo. So yeah, if you've got nothing to do and want to have around, there's usually some good old school surfboards to look at and to buy, and odds and ends and other, and all the money goes to a good cause. So hopefully we'll see you down there, and I'll see you next week.
And that's all from our team here at RPP News, serving the community with stories that matter to you. Keep watching and do tell your friends. Bringing you the news from coast to coast across Frankston and the Mornington Peninsula, I'm Catie Sharp. See you for the next edition.